making some serious progress here on the front end, which is great.
It's Tucci now, the #1 film guys in the business.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully this clip works out well because it's the first time using these microphones, so hopefully this audio sounds much better than it normally does in the garage. But today, we are in the garage, continuing the beginning of the video that I started yesterday, but basically the body is in the garage and we're getting ready to seriously put some work into the body. We already kind of did, but it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, so I don't really know how much I filmed. I don't really think I filmed anything, but I guess to recap, we cut this up and cleaned it up a little bit so it's nicer. We cut some stuff over here, cleaned that up. So obviously we're gonna put some aluminum plates and stuff in here, but we obviously have to clean it up, make it good enough to weld on and stuff like that. So that is what we started. It's funny because, what?
No, do you think?
No, because they can hear you because you're all the way over there, but your microphone's on so everyone can hear you.
Frickin' rat just ran across the back fence.
The good thing about these microphones is that no matter where we are in the shop or in the garage, you can hear us depending on how close or far away because the microphone is attached to us. But the only thing that is kind of weird is that it's on mono. So that means I can't shut off Dad's audio if he's doing something and keep mine on. That's going to be different, and unfortunately he's going to break out a Mountain Dew, even though I'm on a very strict diet here.
So am I.
Yeah, a Mountain Dew diet.
Mountain Dew diet.
We have a friend here today. Oh, it's over here. Now I think it's gone.
I am in the process of taking out inside the body things we don't need and things we want to make pretty.
This car is not going to be light, so being that it is a full body, all steel, all glass, intention car, so we have to get as much of the unneeded steel out, obviously. So that's kind of what he's doing in there. And then we need to clean it up a little bit more, obviously, not only for when we put on the body, but just getting on the body in general is kind of tough. We don't want to scratch the new powder coat once that's done and powder coated, so cleaning up as well. So it's just a mixture of a few different things, trying to prep for the body to go back on. So what we're doing now is that basically I'm just going to start cutting some more stuff out of the car, cleaning up some more, and Dad is planning on replacing that rocker panel because it's shitty, and then that's really one of the main parts that's going to be welded to the chassis, right?
Yeah.
So we got to change that rocker panel out and put a fresh one in, you know, to make it a little bit stronger and obviously nicer and all that. So I'm going to get started on cutting some of this extra stuff out that we don't need and clean up or whatnot. And that cricket is still in there and I'm not. Right. I got to kick this because there's no way I'm sitting over there with a cricket over there. There it is.
Motherfucker.
Oh my! The trunk hinges that we won't need because we plan on just putting a glass deck lid. I gotta cut this out, cut those out, cut all that stuff out. Make room for the tubs obviously as well, which is a plus, but we don't plan on having a steel deck lid anyway. So we gotta cut all that stuff out. So Dad refused to let this one go, so he'll probably blow his new fireball. I tried already. But he refuses to quit. And he has to do it. He has to do it. Massacring this thing. So Dad pretty much just went for it over there and managed to get one out. Now I'll probably cut this side stuff out and then we'll tackle this one probably.
That's hot.
I bet it is.
That's hot!
Alright, so now that one is out, and now what are you doing?
So clean up this little corner. Gotta clean up that mess right there. Just grind it down nice.
Should I pack away the plasma cutter?
Yeah, for now. We're gonna use it all in here.
Yeah, alright, so it's getting a little late, so pack away the plasma cutter. Keep getting after it with the grinder. All right, so are these staying? Like you plan on keeping them in? Yeah. So these are basically little plates to show us that they actually have holes there. We made like probably a year and a half ago. And we drilled a small hole from here through the chassis on 4 of them, which these will be gone, unfortunately, but we made it on 4 of them with these little holes in so we can line the body up perfectly to the way it was on the chassis when we did all the chassis work. So, but these are disgusting. They're probably going to stay, so we'll probably have to paint them eventually so they don't completely get disgusting. But right now, probably I'm going to wire wheel them to make them look like that while he's grinding. I only have 1 compressor, so it's kind of tough. I kind of sit here when he's doing that. So I'll do this and get a head start on that. Well, welcome to the shop. This is not easy. What's going on, everybody? Back in the garage. The last thing you probably saw was us working on the body, which was about like, believe it or not, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Then we went on the spree of getting it powder coated and going out with Nick's car. So back here today and officially starting the quote-unquote final assembly part. We have the front suspension components up here. Unfortunately, no hardware because we threw it in
I don't think it all came with hardware. We just kind of hodgepodged it together. So this is 3/4 of an inch.
That's what we're doing now. A little tap, tap, taparoo.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
I just want to see it starts going through the next hole. Good, 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 good.
So at this current moment, we are taking apart some of the pieces that we put together a while ago and basically disassembling them and then making sure they're good to go to then go back together for final. Coming across some of the shit that we did like a year and a half ago that we don't really know why we did it, like grinding some certain stuff down. So I guess that's all part of the fun. So we're taking this apart now. We gotta get the hardware for the whole, pretty much the whole front suspension. We don't have any of the hardware, so we gotta get all that. Take this apart, basically reassemble it for good. That'll do it for tonight. Some hardware, come back later in the week and finish this all up.
Right, so basically what we have here is, now that we're gonna start to final assemble the chassis, we took everything apart that we had previously put together. We'll go over everything, Loctite everything, all new hardware, all grade 8, nylock nuts, grade 8 watches, everything. So tonight, hopefully we're gonna assemble the front end, see how far we get.
What'd you do with the bolts before?
What do you mean?
What'd you do with the bolts with the ones that came with it?
They're all lost.
Nice.
I did not lose them.
All right, so we're starting to put this stuff on. I don't know if I've definitely mentioned in a previous video, but these are TRZ stuff, upper and lower control arms, so shout out to them. Always been a big help, but basically we're just putting everything in, so obviously with the powder coat, it makes everything a little bit thicker and the hole's a little bit hard to get through, so drill a couple holes, clean all that stuff out, and hopefully it's much easier to slide everything through. All right, after a pretty pathetic fight, that one's in.
Here you go.
Now I gotta do this one. What do you got?
Well, you might as well put this one on.
The upper?
I would guess.
Okay. So when we thought that side was bad, this side, I think it's gonna give us a little more of a fight.
And the clamp.
Tell them what happened.
Most of the bolts are incorrect size.
And $80 later from Ace.
$80 later.
So that seems like it'll do it for tonight. We gotta replace some hardware and all that stuff, but we're undoing all this, putting it back together for good. You said you have to pack bearings and stuff like that?
We're gonna pack the wheel bearings, put the seals in, put the hubs on, put the rotors on, done.
Yeah, and then all we're missing is shocks. We still have to decide which ones we're going for. No mic in it today, just montaging it. But we got all the bolts. And gonna start plugging away and getting the rest of this finished up. At least the upper and lower control arms. Hello everybody. I got no montage footage yesterday whatsoever. And we did more work. So I guess we're just gonna catch up on what we're up to right now. And then we still have to get the spindles on. Then it'll be technically complete for the front upper and lower control arms and the front suspension, I guess, minus the shocks because we don't have any yet. But that is how we're looking. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but these are all TRZ stuff. Beautiful, obviously. Black, which is perfect, already matches. It's looking good, it's coming along. We might put those makeshift little shocks in there just so we can put wheels on it and, you know, stays down. That's what we're gonna continue on working on today. Hopefully have the front end completely finished in the sense of just a suspension. I don't know if we're gonna put the brakes on and stuff like that, but at least the suspension components will be on. And we got some work to do on Nick's car. So we're gonna have to wrap this up, then roll this back into the trailer for a little bit, make a swap with Nick, do all that stuff, and then keep on rolling. Right now we're getting ready to put the spindles on, and then we're gonna start mounting the front brakes that we've had for a bit. They are strange brakes, and gonna start mounting this stuff on for good, which is cool. And that's all I got to say. All right, so the bearings are packed. Everything's loosely in right now, and we gotta torque them down. What he said, 20 foot-pounds, and then back it off just enough that it spins freely without any play. So that's in the instructions of Strange. So gotta find a socket for this big nut, put it on.
Just snug them. Okay, we need a dial caliper, pile of them shims on the bench.
Yep.
See it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna measure it to there. So that side is 610. Then we're gonna measure this side. Right, we're trying not to let the rotor move. This side is 510. So this side is 100,000 smaller than this side.
Yeah.
So just for shits and giggles, we're gonna put 50,000's worth of shims right there.
Okay.
So where are the shims? How big are the shims each? 2 on the top bolt, 2 on the bottom bolt.
2 on the top bolt and what? 2
Yeah,
on
we're
the
gonna
bottom
put
bolt.
two here, 2 here. We're gonna move it over 50,000's.
Yeah,
So
okay.
literally, then this should be
Dead in the middle.
550. This should be 550.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
But if you get my phone,
So the front brakes are on. Just finishing up that time, putting the brake pads in, and that'll probably complete this video. Making some serious progress here on the front end, which is great. Luckily, we purchased a lot of stuff already, so it's kind of just putting on what we already have, which is nice. So looks good.
Shot caller, hit place, bad bitch taker, AK slanging as gangster, white flags the one hanging, 2-gun gang, twin Glocks, nigga, I'm flaming. Should've been a teacher, how I get you white chalk.